Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and right now I want to go over the volatility index because the volatility index gives you a great indication about the overall health of the markets in the short term and how to better position your portfolio to capitalize on such volatility. So right now we're looking at the volatility index on the daily time frame, ticker symbol VIX. And so just to explain how this works, the volatility index goes up when the market goes down. And so when you see the volatility index going down like this, that is basically signaling to you that the market is going up. And that's exactly what's been happening. So this volatility covers the S&P 500. So every time you see green days on the S&P 500, you'll see red days here on the VIX. And those people who are shorting the market will tend to look at the VIX to know when to short. And so for looking at the VIX right now, this is a pattern that we have been trading in since our March 2020 market crash. So when we crashed, you can see our volatility index went insane. And so if this went up, that means the market went down. And so during that time, we cooled back off, and now we have been trading in this wedge. And so I really like to watch the volatility index because this is going to give me a strong indication of when we are going to get the market crash. And so we have fears right now that the market crash is looming, but according to the volatility index, I don't see that happening until end of about 2022. So we still have a long time until we start to see a larger correction on the horizon, but that doesn't mean that the market's not going to have little dips on the way. And so the beautiful part about this volatility index is every time the market corrects, people get scared away from their positions and they decide to sell. Whereas every dip that you get is a great buying opportunity to buy up and load up for that next rip up. Right now, looking at the VIX on the daily time frame, we have had a level of support here at around 20.5. And every time we get below or even at support, we start to make our way up. And so this leads me to believe that the same pattern is going to repeat itself. I have another line of support right here that the volatility index could potentially reach, but I don't see that happening. I believe that we are going to claw right back above into this channel, and if we start to climb up on the volatility index, that means we are going to be going down on the overall markets. And so a day like today is a great opportunity to buy some put options on certain stocks that you know are going to get hit when the overall markets go up. For example, I want to show you guys a real life example where this could have worked and you could have made a lot of money. So we're looking at GoEV right here, and we have been tracking GoEV for a couple months now, and we have had this major line of resistance right here on GoEV. And so since our bottom here in the short term at around March 5th, we have just been clawing our way back up. And so I was watching GoEV today, and I knew as we were climbing up, we were going to get a test of this level of resistance. And so the last 3 times we interacted with this line, we got rejected. And so you just want to go with a probability that we are probably going to get rejected again. And so if we never looked at the VIX and we were just looking at GoEV, this looks like a great opportunity to sell. And so this was confirmed for me when I went back to the volatility index. I saw that we are at a bottom, even below our level of support, and we should be trying to make our way up. And so when the volatility starts to go up, the overall indexes are going to start to go down, and a stock like GoEV will get hit. And so these type of indicators really help you with conviction about certain trades that you want to do. Because if you were a really gutsy person and decided to buy some put options on GoEV and went all in on those put options, it wouldn't be the worst idea because of the due diligence you have done with other indicators. And so when you make a decision or you make a large purchase, you don't just want to go off of one view. You have to look around, you have to look at all the pieces of the puzzle. And in my opinion, I love the volatility index. The volatility index will really let you know where the markets want to go in the short term. And so do I see a market crash coming? According to the VIX, I do not. Do I see a correction coming? Yes, I do. Now, don't be surprised if we get down to this level right here. If we were to somehow get to this level of support, that would be very nice green days in the overall markets. And if we do get to this point, I would highly recommend buying some put options on certain plays, because at this point, The volatility index has a lot more room to the upside, and if it has more room to the upside, that means the overall markets are going to go down in the short term. And so overall, this is giving you a very nice little signal about where you want to place your money in the short term. And so that Go EV was just one example that would have been a profitable trade by just looking through the volatility index. And you can see we're well below all of our SMAs, and if we continue to bleed down here, that is going to give me even larger conviction that we are going to get a nice market correction in the coming weeks. And so personally, I wouldn't mind at all if we got our volatility index down here, because that would mean 1 or 2 more nice green days in the market. And then at this point, I would personally buy some put options to hedge my long positions in the market. And so the volatility index is a beautiful tool that I believe every trader and every investor should get familiar with, because it will help you a lot get really great conviction when you make a trade and then ultimately make a lot more money. And so I just wanted to make this quick little update video on the VIX. If you guys enjoyed this update, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs. If you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I will see you guys in the next one.